So what I can see from her video, right, is like, and I already knew this about her as just being her pitching coach as well as her strength and conditioning coach, is that she has a weak glute max and glute med. So when we see those knees kind of caving in on her, that is predominantly originating from her glute med, which is why I have her doing clamshells, and while we're doing lower body strength today in a variety of different drills. Okay, so her second exercise, she's gonna do single leg squats. Because I do know she has stability issues, she is going to use the wall as her ability to like stabilize a little bit. So good, now she's challenging herself, right, to not use the wall.
Well, I think I could have not last time. I think
Okay.
I just did just to get used to it.
Notice how she's not setting that foot down. She's really isolating her right leg to drive through the movement. She's doing 10 reps on one leg and then 10 reps on the other.
This was gonna be my worst leg. Cause my left
We
leg,
all have a weak leg or a weak arm.
for some reason, it's like different for every exercise. Like for this one, it's my left leg, but for my other
Get
one,
your heel off the
for my
bar.
other one, it's my right leg. So it's like different. It changes every time.
So because we're a little bit more hamstring focused on that drill, now she's gonna go right into being a little bit more like quad focused, and she's gonna use a step up, so single leg again, driving through it for 10. There you go. Notice again, she doesn't set that foot down, really isolating the movements. She needs to have a little bit more control on the descent back down to the ground, like that, that's better. We don't want gravity to just fall us out of it. So all of this stuff is transferable to her as a pitcher into the circle, because where does all of our power come from? Here, right?
Our legs.
Right now, she has done such a better job at getting her thigh to sky on her pitching movements and stuff, but when she started, she was really kind of just grazing her foot over the ground, not getting a very powerful push, relying so much on her upper body that probably, in addition to just her posture as an individual, played a role into like those shoulders then rolling forward. When she first came to me, and even with her previous pitching coach, we both noticed that she excessively threw that shoulder, which over time, and again, in combination with just her natural body positioning, okay, has impacted her pitching. So we're kind of rewiring things basically from the ground up. Good. Okay, now she's gonna go into an eccentric calf raise. Okay, so she's really quick up into her toes as high as she can get. She has limited range of motion in her feet and stuff, so she can't get super high, but then she's coming down on a tempo of 5. She drives up, and then she comes down at a tempo of 5. So as you can see, her heel does not get very far off of the ground, right? This exercise, though, will help that range of motion in her feet for her to be able to get into a better positioning of like dorsiflexion and then plantar flexion. And then 10 on one leg, 10 on the other. Now, assisted, right? If I drive her, let's do assisted like we did on the last one.
Okay.
So if she drives up on her own and then I push her more, then she can get into it, and then she could come down in a 5 from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, make sure my leg's out of the way actually. Okay, so she goes up on her own to far as she can get. Then I assist her to get deeper into that range of motion, and then she comes down at a tempo of 5. Okay, so that's another way that you can then progress this drill for your athletes and helping them, okay, if they cannot get there on their own just yet. Okay, her last exercise, because we talked about the fact that she has glute med weakness, are gonna be clamshells. So she's gonna go down onto her side, she's gonna stack the knees and the feet. She's gonna make sure that she's staying on the front of her hip. So she's gonna make sure that she's rolled onto the front of her hip, so that way she's isolating her glute med better. She's gonna tuck those ankles in more, so that way she's getting a deeper range of motion, okay? And then she's separating the knees as far as she can go without, see how she's wanting to compensate and let that hip roll open?
I am.
She needs to stay here and drive that knee up. It's challenging for her.
I'm also using
You can't see it, but I can feel the quiver in her glute med because of it. Because her body wants to find a way to compensate, right? It's like, okay, I know that there's weakness here. I'm going to compensate to get it done. We don't want the compensation. So on this one, you really got to hold her to it, okay? Good. Don't. Right there. Lift. Good. Okay. Now, I'm not like rigidly forcing her to stay here, right? Because then she's not even going to be able to execute the exercise at all. So I have to be willing to meet her where she's at as her coach while still challenging her. Okay, go ahead. There you go. Notice that this is our weaker side. Okay, she can't get as high, but she's still working. Okay,